Coming to you from dreary Portland, Oregon.
What the fuck?
Shut up, lady. You're fucking up the audio.
Your hosts, Caity, Cassidy, and Aaron Bratcher have some hot takes on film, cinema, and the movies. That's all the same thing. It's the Ask Backwards podcast. You idiot. You moron. You stupid bitch.
No, I'm tired. I'm pissed off.
Why are you pissed off?
I've just been like tired and pissed off all day.
And that's it. Now intro.
Yeah, that's how we're starting. Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Aaron Bratcher. This is the Ask Backwards podcast. This is
Caity.
Caity.
Caity
Cassidy. All right, we got guests Alex, Kelly, and Connor Minnie on today again, and we're talking about...
Yeah, we're going to talk about horror, loose topics, kind of break it down to subgenres, and go into our personal favorites, and like butt them against each other and see the best of the best of the best of the best.
Dude, I hate you. All right, that's it. All right, so... Let's just jump straight in. We kind of underprepared for today, and we don't really have a plan going into this, so we're just going to kind of talk about the best horror franchise overall, but we're going to break that into subcategories and stuff as we go, I'm guessing, just because there's far too much in a broad horror span. But this is just a basic... broad conversation starter, just to get us talking about horror movies.
Yeah.
As many as
possible.
Icebreaker,
if you will.
Yeah, you know, not really a thorough thing. Hi, Kat. What's up? Thanks.
Can we not do the catcher right now?
Can we not?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Halloween.
Nobody prepared. We all talked about what we were going to be for the entire month, and nobody did what they were said they were, so we went to Party City today.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
What are you?
Yeah.
Well, I tried to be Matthew Lillard. I tried to be Matthew Lillard's character from SLC Punk, but the blue hairspray didn't work very well. So I look more like just a character in SLC Punk,
which is
like
also
in a background
good.
thing. Like that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm an approximation of what that movie's like feeling is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jelly, what are you?
I'm Conway from Mighty Ducks. Yeah, that's it.
Self-explanatory, cut and dry. It's what the fuck you are.
Ducks. Mighty, you know, shit.
I'm Elliot from E.T. and Caity, what are you?
Okay. I am obviously Mia Wallace. But, you know, I was feeling like earlier I was saying I could jam myself into each movie that you guys are in. So I'm like the versatile Mia Wallace, I'll say. Because I don't want to be pinned down to that costume.
I think you could see your character in SLC Punk. Where are you seeing your character in fucking E.T. right now?
I said I could maybe be the mom, maybe a neighbor or an aunt. I don't know. I could be there. I'm like your SLC Punk background guy of E.T. with my Mia Wallace. So, there you go. That's my costume.
All right, well, how do we start?
Okay, well, like horror franchises.
All right, so previously, before we had the platform, me and you've talked for hours on end about best horror, like our slasher franchise, meaning like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th.
We tried to exclude like ghost movies, like creature features. We tried to like stick to.
Well, no, yeah, we had a specific prompt and we kind of broke that down. I figure we'll have to go through that anyways again, but like...
Yeah, let me in on that. Let us in on that prompt.
All right, so it was...
What's going on?
What is the best franchise between Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street? Now...
Open that way up.
Yeah, so you have to jump into each series then. So Halloween...
No, I mean way up to other franchises.
No, I'm saying... but.
That's the curriculum, because those are all...
No, that can't be the curriculum this time. We're doing something different. You're right. But that, out of those three franchises, we came down to Halloween's the best franchise because it has the most good movies.
Yeah.
Correct?
I would say so. And I would say it would be ran up closely by...
Nightmare on Elm Street.
By Nightmare on Elm Street.
There's like, what, 4 good Nightmare on Elm Streets?
Yeah.
1, 3, no, I guess 7.
2's good too, man. Don't.
Yeah, I like 2. Yeah.
Have you seen the Nightmare on Elm Street?
I don't know if people.
Don't nickel and dime the gay one.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen 1 through 3.
Yeah, I've seen 1, 2, and 3.
I think I have too. The most recently I saw 3 with you guys the other night, but 1 and 2 I only saw like a long time ago, and we summed it up down to a couple scenes, and that was about it. So, how does it compare to Halloween?
I think
for you
Halloween's
guys?
much more memorable, and I don't know. I think that it because one, it starts as a classier thing. You know, the first Halloween is like
better movies.
almost this Hitchcockian type movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sequel's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like they stay, even like whenever they get wacky, it's not like Michael Myers gets to put on sunglasses and tell fart jokes. Like,
Yeah.
he's still like they still try to make him just like this big, creepy, ominous character. Like, they're better movies. They're way better written.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's more consistency in his franchise than Friday.
And there's
Friday
the 13th is like those movies are bad. There's like 2 of them that are actual like decent movies.
Yeah.
But like they're just charming, you know, and
Yeah, they're classics, obviously. I mean, even people that don't know him like that, they're like, oh yeah, Freddy's a classic. Like, that's a terrifying concept. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, Halloween I think just has because what Halloween 1, 2, 3's its own thing. That's just a different movie. But like
Yeah, it has
four
nothing to do
is
with
a good
Michael
movie.
Myers if you haven't seen it.
Oh, that's weird.
4 is a good movie. Then H2O.
That's 7, right?
Yeah, and then the newest one. So what do you get?
That's a lot.
That's 5 good movies
Yeah.
out of like 10 movies. Friday 13th. There's like
Way more movies than any of them, and they're
there's
still
like
not coming up.
there's
on,
like
the high end.
4
of
good ones
Yeah.
in there.
So what do you think?
But Freddy, like I'd say 1, 2, and 3 are good. 4 is
No.
it's whatever.
5 is also whatever. It's 5
Yeah,
and 4 and
and then
5
you
are
have-
like the same level of.
Yeah, but they're still fun. They're whatever at that point. You're right. But then you get to New Nightmare. That's 7, right?
Yeah.
So then that would make 5. No, 4 good movies for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Well, what about
So, huh?
What about 6? You skipped over 6.
6 is
Yeah,
good.
5 and 6 are not.
6 is
Fantastic.
horrible.
That's like when Freddy really just fucking can
Yeah,
do literally whatever he wants.
that
So they
movie's-
start introducing so many
So
weird
4,
concepts.
4, 5, and 6 are all meh. is what you-
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
they're fun, but they're stupid. And 6 is really stupid.
Okay.
But Freddy has like on-screen presence, and like you like seeing Robert Englund act. Like that's what I like Freddy because Michael Myers is scary because he's like he's just the character. But then when you watch then you watch Robert Englund play Freddy, and you're like, oh man, I'm just so excited to hear him say things. This guy's having so much fucking fun this whole time. That's why I like the Freddy movies.
No, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so we agree then.
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm
we're in
Street. Halloween is the best of.
Yeah,
the
I still agree with
franchises.
that.
Yeah.
So opening it up to like basically like including newer franchises, like even think like the Conjuring, Saw, like
is
that
a
kind
huge
of stuff.
one. Yeah.
Like,
So like, I don't want to. Because what is the question? The best horror franchise?
or I guess just like I don't know,
So,
maybe your guys'
that's
favorite.
what we do.
What do you guys?
We do one per genre, and then we battle those out to what is better still. Because Halloween won't hold up too long once we start to get against better movies. You
like
know,
The Conjuring and shit.
We're talking more modern than I think an important.
we can go we can go wherever. But we were just I think we'll do subgenre and then
Let's just feel it out.
okay. So then the best slasher is Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. So that's it for slashers. So then what do we go to, like Alien?
I'd
Or-
say
yeah.
like a haunting movie. I feel like
yeah, like
okay,
let's do hauntings and possessions. That's
I feel
a
like
classic.
I feel like that's the most
Okay,
everybody
so
hears
out of
is enough.
franchises, what do you get? You get like Poltergeist franchise. You get
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal
Yeah, that was
Activities, Insidious, The Conjuring, House on Haunted Hill franchise, which is not. There's like 2 movies, and then an old one they remade. There's not too many franchises, ghost ones. So out of those we listed, which is the best do we think? Now, I think all the Conjuring movies are actually pretty good, minus like 3 of them. Like Annabelle sucks, The Nun sucks. La Llorona sucks.
Yeah.
Those
the rest
are-
of them are fine.
Yeah, the rest of those are all good
I like
movies.
the rest of the
yeah.
Annabelle.
Yeah, they were
the Annabelle
cool.
sequels are good.
Yeah, they're all fun movies.
Yeah,
so,
dude,
like,
bringing in fucking chick from Full House in that one, that was fun. That made me feel warm inside.
Kimmy Gibbler as Annabelle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I heard that she was actually her like body double for a lot of scenes, Kimmy Gibbler. So
Just picture fucking Aquaman's brother just walking around fucking carrying Kimmy Gibbler. It's awful. What's that guy's name?
I don't know what you're talking about, Rico.
Aquaman's brother.
Oh, Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
yeah. But yeah, so Conjuring's up there.
All right, so Conjuring, yeah, because that's way better than Paranormal Activity, Conjuring.
But we have to, at least Paranormal Activity was so like kind of groundbreaking, I feel like, because it was like that weird sort of internet-y found footage, like when we were first coming into that time of having that stuff. And remember, people thought it was real, like the way it was filmed and stuff. Some
yeah,
people
but
were like, is this real?
that's not treading new ground. I mean, we see that with Blair Witch, like 10,
Yeah,
10
yeah,
to
you're
12
right,
years
you're right.
Talk
prior.
about Blair Witch too.
And
I've
that
actually never seen.
was
Blair
a
Witch.
franchise that was horrible. I watched all of them by accident. I was looking for the wrong.
The newest one has some merits.
That's the one I was looking for. The new one was good. I ended up watching all the other ones by
Yeah,
mistake.
that was
They
our
were
boy.
So bad.
Our boy who did the guest, Adam Wingard, did that new Blair
really?
You're
Witch.
forgetting another important franchise.
What?
Insidious.
Well, yeah, we had said
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So, like, it's going to come down to Insidious versus Conjuring.
Yeah, they're really similar. What do you guys think?
Because it's the same guy.
Every Insidious. So that's another thing. I haven't seen all of the Conjuring movies in order. I'm not really keen on the timeline. I've seen a lot of them in pieces.
Yeah, that's how
I
I was
understand
too.
the general story, and it's like the same thing for Insidious. But from what I've seen from the Conjuring versus Insidious, Conjuring's way better.
I agree with you.
Now, do we have to, we build in...
Because what was that one with, like, she had, like, the nun.
Oh,
like,
this
the
is-
nun in Insidious with all the key fingers. That movie
Yeah.
fucking sucked on
That's
ice.
like the fifth one or something.
Okay, let's calm down on Insidious.
You think Insidious is better?
a good movie,
Well,
alright?
yeah,
never
the
seen
first,
the first one.
two are good. I haven't seen the third one.
Third one is, I mean...
Okay, yeah. So the first two are good, but there's like four actually like good Conjuring movies, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I would just consider good movies, you know, like on their own, if there wasn't even
Yeah,
other
the
movies
whole-
in the franchise, yeah. Now we also have to take in, that brings in any sort of exorcism movie or any possession movie. So then we have to bring in the Exorcist franchise, which there's two good
I'd say-
movies in.
Yeah, but those are so good.
The first and the third. So yeah, but then the rest of the franchise is useless.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, is Conjuring the best?
But you think
You
Insidious
guys
is
should
better
talk
than The
about
Conjuring?
Insidious. I
Can we get a
say-
notepad out or something?
I want to say the Insidious is better than Conjuring. I'm just saying, he said one of the movies sucked on
Under
it, so
the
I'm like,
ball.
let's calm down.
Well, the
because
key one.
1 second.
key one, I believe, is third.
No, that's like the fifth one.
There's 5 Insidious movies?
Yeah, dude. One came out and it was like some door key man when he had key fingers and he put it in the
I
girl's.
think that was 3.
No.
Yeah, it was a fucking old lady going back to this like big farmhouse with her little fucking camera crew friends or whatever. It was really weird and awkward, and she was talking to her younger self. a
Come
lot
back
in
by the
movie.
mic.
Can you come back over here?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's pens in that.
In order for me to truly get to the bottom of this, I have to look up the actual...
Well, yeah. No, that's fine. Well,
Oh, I see.
So, your opinion, do you think Conjuring or Insidious right now before we
I
really
think
dig in?
I think Conjuring is better than Insidious.
Ooh, I think Pandora.
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, I see. It's called The Last Key.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen 1 through 3.
Can you get settled, sir?
I'm fucking trying to, my guy. Chill.
Snuggle in.
You ask for the paper, I get the paper, and you yell at me.
You scold him, you don't thank him. Thanks, Minnie.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are we writing? Oh yeah, so we have Halloween,
Okay.
and then
As the best slasher,
yes,
not overall in general. Let that be verbalized.
yes, and then it's Conjuring is best supernatural.
Yeah.
Because we just
I agree for sure.
We're looking franchise wide.
Yeah.
So what's next? Like gore? We can talk about like
Yeah.
Hostel. And
So torture porn
Saw.
movies, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to Saw.
Well, hold on, because there are a few decent ones. What are we considering franchise? Like more than two?
More than two.
I'd say more than two.
I'd say it has to be at
That
least a
sucks.
trilogy.
All right.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you can go two. because the
Okay,
Collector,
okay,
the Collector is like
that's
good
what I was trying
franchise.
to work into this. The Collector.
I haven't seen The Collector.
It's really, actually, like kind of a really good story on top of it being torture porn.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Because you know how.
in terms
but
of
Collector's
that,
not
there's
better than Saw.
There's not a
No.
lot of torture franchises. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of
but let's-
individually good movies.
We have Hostel.
Because I can think
Saw.
of
Oh.
like what's that one clown movie that came out on Netflix, Terrifier? Like that's a pretty good torture porn.
That's
that a
that just falls
standalone
into
movie?
slasher though,
It's
and that's
it's
not
more
better than Halloween.
movie. No, I'm saying it's more torture porn than slasher. It's weird.
Okay, so we have Hostel, Saw, The Collector. What else is torture porn?
Oh man, there's a.
Oh, I Spit on Your Grave. I feel like is torture
Yeah,
porn.
put that in
put it
And
there.
that is
Human-
a fucking
Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. Here we go.
Yo, okay.
Now we're
It's like,
cooking.
that's an actual franchise.
Here's the thing. You guys have seen all of the Human Centipede?
Yes. What the
I actually
fuck?
love them. I think the second one is my favorite.
Second one's good.
The second one
It's
is
meta.
like,
It's weird.
Okay, Saw is the best out of all of those. Between
by far.
yeah,
I
between
think
Hostel and
it's-
Collector, Spit on Your
It's
Grave.
the best, but I think I Spit on Your Grave is a really close second. I think it's a cool story. I think it's a weird revenge plot. I think, yeah, it's like shaky in its actual production, but I think it has heart, and I think it's a second.
But does the German guy from the first Human Centipede movie and the third Human Centipede movie play a warden that screams at a demon? Does that happen in any of those movies?
Okay,
No, it
so
cannot.
let's add Saw.
All right, so Saw wins torture
Does the
porn.
director of the first Human Centipede movie come back in the third movie to talk about how they're gonna
The most meta thing.
the human caterpillar killed me? That shit was so funny. Just tore off their arms and legs.
Okay, so we have our best slasher, supernatural, and torture porn. What else do we have for horror?
Oh, you have like kind of like.
Oh, we've
I would say there's also a subcategory to torture porn, which would be like people are put against each other.
Yes,
Oh,
like
like
the
the-
escape
like the
room type.
so-
so
vibe.
like Cube, Escape
yes,
Room.
we were just talking about that the other day.
What's the one with
Those
the
are
Nick
solos, but yeah, you know,
Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of
franchises.
but there's a lot of really good movies.
That's
oh fuck it,
true.
we can just talk about those just to talk about.
Yeah,
them.
just for shits and
Let's go.
giggles.
Let's figure out
What's
which.
the one with Nick Cannon?
The canon.
The Cannon's in one of them.
I don't like him.
He does a pretty good job. He plays
In
like
a
I feel like he
Trapped
plays all
movie?
Yeah, they're all trapped in a big white room with a table in it, and it looks a lot more. It's less like sci-fi that like. It's more so like they are actually just locked in a room, and these people will not let them out. Like, and there's like windows,
Let me see.
double paned windows, so you
I
can't
literally
see through
don't
them.
know. Look it up.
Okay, so
That's fair.
we're in people trapped situation. So what does that come down
Photos
to?
over there,
Cubed
look it up.
or cube?
Escape room.
Escape
obviously.
room.
Right. I don't know.
What are some other ones?
Let's find it.
The movie Vile, but it kind of is torture
Vile is
pornish.
Excellent.
Thank you, dude. No one ever knows what I'm talking about.
I've
They
never
put
seen
Vile on Prime. Actually, anyone listening want to watch it? It's really good, really
really
gory.
good.
It's really good.
And it's very psychological because, like, I mean, if you haven't,
A few of the Saw movies fit into this category too, which sucks.
Wait, keep going about Vile. I need someone to just talk to me about Vile.
I mean, it's just such an interesting plot, isn't it? You have to create enough pain to get your adrenal gland, and then people get
That's
high
what I'm
off
saying.
it.
The fucking
That sounds
vial
fucking
in the back of
awesome.
your head. Yeah, that's how you get out.
So, I mean, have you seen Vile?
You were telling me about this, and I was like, that sounds like Saw 5, or the one where they had to like get the blood and fill up
Yes,
the tank.
yeah.
The Killing Room.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
okay.
that.
I liked it. I
So-
remember liking it a lot because it felt more grounded in like a normal. I don't know. They're just a big fucking metal table. Like a big metal table.
Classic.
Always into a big metal table.
All right, so we have Cube, Escape Room, Vile, The Killing Room.
I think
Would
Cube.
you rather
The first.
Yeah, Would You
is
Rather?
another one.
You got to watch that one. We were talking about that the other day. Remember?
fucking
Oof,
With Ricky?
that one's a rough
yeah,
one.
Ricky's in it.
Okay.
Boys, he's just a Ricky in it too. He's just
Yeah,
like more like
it's so
articulate
funny.
Ricky.
Yeah.
That guy, it's just like when he's in Hobo with a Shotgun. It's just
Yeah.
like it's still Ricky.
I swear to fucking God, man.
I'm your brother, man.
Don't fucking kill me.
He's just an icon.
Listen here, you fuck.
All right, so out of all these, Cube, Escape Room, Vile, and obviously there's more, but what we could come up with: Vile, The Killing Room, and Would You
All the
Rather.
ones I'm naming are bad ones. Like
Yeah.
I mean, Saw falls in
haven't
that
seen the
category.
good
Yeah,
one.
Saw falls into this category. So
But
this,
Saw obviously wins it, though.
but Saw would win against Cube, Escape Room.
It would
course.
win, but we can't include Saw.
Yeah,
because
we
these
know
are-
it wins.
That's a whole franchise. Like, these
Okay,
are-
well, no matter what, Saw is still going to beat it off the map when we put it up there.
No, like you said, we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cube I think is better than the first Cube is better than Escape Room, which Escape Room's pretty
Escape
good.
Room's cool.
Escape Room's fun. Yeah. So, okay.
I don't know. Actually, I think Vile is my fave out of those. I know you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's pretty good.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
would
I like the use.
I
It
would
makes me
put
happy.
it above most of those. Mm-hmm. The only thing I would have trouble with is The Circle, because I fucking love The Circle.
Yeah, I've
That one
heard good
always
things
looks
about that. I
really
haven't
good.
seen it.
You haven't seen The Circle?
It's the
The
Emma,
director of The Cube.
fucking Tom
Circle.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
No, that's
Oh.
a different movie, but that,
You know what I'm
that
talking
is also
about, right?
The Circle,
Yeah,
yes.
thanks. No, I don't know what circle you're talking about. I'm in a different circle.
Punchline?
Have you seen The
Punch
Circle?
drunk.
No.
Alright, well,
go
I
off
think
the
I'm the
rails.
only one who's seen The Circle then. But you all
Yeah.
agreed with me so fast.
I was thinking Tom Hanks circle. I was on a different circle.
Alright.
I believe you.
I mean,
Different movie entirely.
I can't brief outline. The Circle is basically aliens like invade Earth and they like beam people up, like the entire population of Earth, onto like a bunch of spaceships, and they all wake up and they're all in circles and they're all in a huge circle. There's like 25 people in a circle around each other, just women, children, like every race, and they wake up and they're like, what the fuck? And they fucking, one guy tries to step outside of his little circle and he gets fucking like, he just disappears. It's like kind of like the Thanos snap, like they just kind of get like zapped and they just like disintegrate. And so then they realize like, okay, and this is like, and then there's a countdown. So like I think it's like every 5 or 10 minutes, a new person just randomly gets picked. But then they figure out that you can vote by just pointing at the person with your hand.
Ooh.
And
Ooh,
so basically,
shift of power. Okay.
so basically what it is it's just all these people are starting to be like, I should be the one who survives, because there's only going to be one survivor. Mm-hmm. It's 25 people. And so they're all just kind of like debating like why their white life is the one we're saving. And so it obviously gets to a point like, what determines someone's life worth? Like, is it how much money they've made? Is it, there's like a soldier in there, he's like, I served all of you, I just got back from Afghanistan for defending your rights. There's a pregnant woman, and
I
then
feel like he would just take the bullet on that one if he was that fucking patriotic.
yeah, if he was that
guy.
cool of a guy, he'd be like, I'm out of here.
Sounds like a
that's
fucking
the thing.
Valencios
It's
I've
like,
heard.
and no one wants to die. They're all like, I have kids.
Yeah.
You know, I've been serving the public. You know,
Been delivering mail for this city for years.
yeah, no.
I'm a public servant.
And then it's
I've
really
heard this.
pretty because a lot of people are just like, you know, I'll just do it, and they just step outside the circle because.
I mean,
like,
just yeet me out.
yeah, like there's an old couple, and they're just like, they knew each other. Like apparently they were like former lovers, and they both just look at each other one time. They're just like, yeah, I'm done, and they just step outside the circle together.
I like that.
No.
I really like movies that kind of.
It's and the ending will blow your fucking mind. It's insane. No, the entire movie makes you hate humanity.
That's what I was gonna say. I like movies that make me kind of question humanity and put those things in perspective. And it's not a perfect linear storyline of like, it's good, it's bad, it gets good again, happy ending. Like, kind of really makes you think about like what's going on.
Yeah, no, you go through an emotional roller coaster in that movie because it just hits on everything. Like, there's race, there's like aristocratic people, you know, like the wealthy elite versus poor people. You know, there's men versus women. You know, oh, what? She's a woman. Why does that make her like just because she's a woman she should survive more than me? You know,
Sorry, guys.
it's like it's just everything gets talked about, like every major issue. And like, oh, the pregnant woman gets to survive because she got fucking knocked up. You know.
Yeah, people's true
Like,
colors
I
coming
have
out.
3 kids at home,
Self-important
you know.
guys.
You know, they're like, yeah, I'm a mother. I have 3 kids at home just because I have. Yeah, it gets fucking crazy. And then it gets to odd numbers, right? And so they form mini alliances. And so it'll be like the racist redneck guy with the wealthy elite guy versus the black guy and like the soldier. And they're trying to convince this pregnant woman to vote against one of them. And they're like, And it's like, it comes down to a numbers game. They're like, okay, if this guy gets fucking eliminated, then I have no one else to vote, and they're going to vote me next. And then they're going to, it's like, it's insane.
It's all rigged against each other.
It's
That's pretty
fucking
dope.
exhausting to watch.
I have a category.
Yeah, it sounds...
What is it?
What's your guys' favorite, like, kid Halloween movie? Like, animated or, like...
Easy peasy, bro. Coraline. Don't play with me.
Negatory.
No, bro. Scary Godmother.
Scary Godmother.
We were all thinking it.
What is Scary Godmother?
No, Scary God, dude. Me and you are right here. I'm on Scary Godmother.
You're all
You're fake.
crazy.
You're fake. You said
Monster
Coraline.
House
You're
is
right here.
undefeated.
No, Monster House.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Monster House.
fuck yeah. Yeah, Monster House does beat Coraline.
Monster House beats Coraline. No, Monster House beats Coraline because I like that kind of movie more, but I really respect Coraline, like, for what it is. Like, that, it's such a pretty movie. Fucking
Yeah, it's so
I love
just
that aspect
aesthetic
of it.
to watch.
But fucking Monster House is just up my fucking alley. That
Also
shit is
throw
so
it in
funny.
there. Peanuts, the Great Pumpkin.
A classic.
Great Pumpkin.
Does not compete.
Yeah, that's considered horror.
Only for the memories it awakens.
I don't know if any
consider
of you
horror.
have seen
Creepy though, isn't it? Can we all agree that the Peanuts is kind of fucking creepy?
In general, as a whole, that's a creepy group. It's a deceitful group.
It's very.
They're fucking toxic.
They are.
I'm gonna get a beer. Does anybody need anything?
No.
I'm almost out of beer, but I don't think I need another one. I took a muscle relaxer and I'm high.
Okay.
Happy Halloween.
I'm
I'm going as an addict this year.
Halloween, I'm going back to rehab.
I actually did that on accident.
trying to think
I was
of,
like,
like,
oh fuck.
other
I'm drinking a beer,
categories
so
we
I'm on
have.
muscle relaxer.
We should do a more.
Disney Channel.
We should do like more of a realistic kind of. Not, I don't want to say found footage, but like.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Like, you know those movies where it's like
Something that
an
you-
investigative team enters this woman's house, like, and they're, because they think it's haunted, it's like, that this group of college students is investigating this woman's house, like the autopsy, or not the autopsy of Jane Doe, but like the Taking of Deborah Logan. Or,
Yes, dude. Yes, that's a great movie.
Fucking,
Jane Doe is fucking awesome, though.
yeah, the
Yeah, that's
autopsy
really
of
good,
Jane
too.
Doe is really good. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, The Conjuring kind of falls into that
If you didn't
category. Like,
believe.
but you know what I mean? Like, people who are trying to prove, like, I would say Oculus falls under that category.
Great movie.
Well, so that would fall into
Yeah.
Supernatural then.
But that's not a franchise.
Can we not?
So hello. Resume.
But yeah, no.
Sorry, boys.
I think that kind of goes into its own category because there's supernatural where shit just starts happening and people start getting haunted, and then there's where people go looking for the hauntings, and I feel like that's a really big difference because a lot of times in movies it's like, so I saw a meme a long time ago where it was considered to be the scariest movie of all time, where people were literally having to be like taken out of the theater because they were so scared that they were like having like
How
old
they
people were having
advertise Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
heart attacks.
Yeah,
and
they'd show the theater.
and people were like having panic attacks in the theater, and like people were literally having mental breakdowns like watching this movie. And it's actually a foreign film. It's in Spain, and I watched it. And while I didn't find it too scary, I can totally see why people, because it's based on a true story. And the scariest part was reading the thing afterwards. You know how Paranormal Activity is based on a real thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is just like Paranormal Activity, except better. Like, apparently in Spain, there's like the haunting of, like, there's a mother, a mother and her 3 kids. One was like a teenage daughter, and then it was 2 girls, 2 young girls, like 6 or 7 years old. And then their father died, and basically the idea was this girl was going to a Catholic school in Spain. She and her friends go to this basement with a Ouija board, and they basically like do the thing like, you know, oh, we're just fucking having fun, summon a demon. And they actually summon a demon, and it connects to this girl, and it follows her back to the apartment. And there's some pretty fucked up scenes. Like, there's a scene where like they already have started experiencing the horror, but like then her dad shows up, and he's like really poorly lit, and he's like, the acting in this movie is phenomenal. Like, the guy looks terrified. Like, he's not the one trying to scare. Like, he's scared. He's just standing there naked, and he's just like looking at his daughter. And he's like just saying her name over and over again. It's fucking scary.
Wait, what's this movie called?
I don't know. It's It's a
Anyone that
This is a
wanting
fever
to
dream.
listen?
no. It's really. It's like I don't think it's too scary, but like I can very much see why people would find this disturbing, especially as a foreign film.
Oh, wait, can we just talk for a second about foreign films that have done too much? And we've
I
talked
know
about it
what you're
before.
gonna talk about.
Can we talk about what a waste of space and putrid monstrosity for no reason a Serbian film
I knew you were
was?
gonna talk
Yeah,
about that.
that's
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. I remember I watched it like when I was like 14 with a couple of my buddies in his basement. We
Yeah.
were like, dude,
The banned film,
it's
yeah.
banned and shit.
Yeah.
And we like
Me
pirated
too.
it off of like a bad site, even though we could have found it somewhere fucking easier.
The whole banned film thing, I went on an endless hunt. I was like, I'm finding it.
I was like, is this movie banned? Because like they did have me convinced when I was younger. I was like, oh, okay, so like this movie, let's say they used real props, and that's why this movie is the way it is. Like they got a group of fucked up people. That's what I thought it was at first, and then I realized quickly I was like, oh, this is all just fucking fake. This is just supposed to be gross to be gross.
So yeah, sorry about that. We had to cut it out because Connor started talking too in depth about Serbian film, and it really traumatized everybody, and it was gross. And I didn't want to have you sit through it. So now we're gonna jump through best anthology series or anthology movie.
Fucking
Don't
right
make it out to be my
along.
fault. You did say give him a quick run through.
I
feel like
did
That was
prompt
not
it.
quick.
Yeah, no, that was like
vivid
10
detail.
minutes.
That was
of
not
fucking-
10 minutes. I got that shit out, and I feel like
Yeah, that was like I was just sitting there the whole time.
Felt
Like, can
like
you
forever.
stop talking about this?
Yo, goddamn, we need to stop. Right?
All right,
I
whatever.
don't want to think about it.
All right, anthology. That comes down to what? Creep Show, VHS, ABCs of Death.
I will say
Wait, does
VHS
Creep
too.
fall into that?
yes.
Yeah, Creep.
Absolutely.
Well, no, Creep. I think
No, it's not no, because that's a found footage movie.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not an
you're
anthology.
right.
we'll put Creep as like that's
Holidays.
like artistic, like.
I
A
would say that's-
masterpiece? Do we have a
yeah.
category for masterpieces? Because that's what Creep is.
That, we'll just bring Creep up, and that's enough. That's just it's all, it's
Its
honorable
own
mention.
thing.
Well, it's funny because we're still trying to stick to franchises, but it's like there's so many horror movies that are just
Themselves.
Yeah,
That
I
outdo
agree.
the franchises in itself, sort of.
like, yeah.
Who's the best horror film director right now?
Oh, Mike Flanagan.
Mike Fletcher.
waiting
Yeah.
for
I just said
question.
I said that because I knew everybody was in agreement. I just wanted to talk about the guy for a
No,
little
not
bit.
even comes
prompt you.
close. Like,
Yeah, no, he's the only one doing it right.
I would say James Wan is kind of close.
No, James Wan's doing good stuff, but I don't know.
What's James Wan direct? Who's that?
He did.
Insidious,
He started.
Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring, Insidious,
Oh.
Saw,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's a pretty
Aquaman.
My
Yeah.
favorite horror film.
Yeah.
Oh, but they are gonna make that Aquaman horror
good- Yeah,
film.
about the trench.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, James Wan's a good director, but he's not Mike Flanagan good.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan's fucking getting in your head, making you sad and thinking shit.
Uprooting.
Yeah, and
Shit,
He's,
bro.
he's
Stirring the
inviting
pot in
terror.
my
He's
head.
not trying to scare you. He's just inducing
Okay,
like terror.
wait.
Yeah.
Only one of his movies has ended badly. Like,
Hear me out on this director. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
What's he
I think
direct?
he should be brought in consideration for horror directors.
yeah.
What's he do?
Hellboy, Hellboy 2, Pan's Labyrinth. He did that one he won the Oscars for with the
Shape
Fishman.
of Water.
Shape of
Yeah.
Water.
I haven't seen that nowhere.
He did.
He's
he has a
gonna build in a
cockroach
horror
movie called
environment.
Mimic, and then he did Blade 2 as well.
Yeah. No, I
All right,
believe-
well there we go. Blade 2.
I mean, Pan's
That's my
Labyrinth
shit.
alone is one of the scariest movies I've ever fucking seen.
I don't really like that movie.
Yeah, you shouldn't. It's fucking amazing, but it's like it's terrifying.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
You don't like it? It's amazing.
Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of movies. That's how I feel about Dogbound.
I get what you
There's
mean.
movies that
I
you
get exactly
shouldn't
what you
like
mean.
that are they're so
like our
good, but
next one. Yeah, the
That's how I
Bleak.
feel about Children of Men. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know why you guys see it like that. I think like because it's that. I don't know why it's like.
Because
oh man,
it's
I
just
should
too fucked up.
hate this movie. Like, but yeah, that's.
It makes
No,
you feel it makes you feel
artistically,
real.
yes, but I don't want to put myself through feeling that all the
Exactly.
time. I love Children of Men. Children of Men is one of my favorite movies. I don't watch Children of Men all the time because it's a fucking bleak, sad movie.
I was in a depression for 3 days after that movie. You remember I was laying on the floor after watching that movie, and not only that, but I think that was part of a triple feature.
Yeah, it
And
was.
It was what did we
Didn't
do?
we watch that first too?
No, I think we watched the one with De Niro, and then we watched No, that was the
Yeah, we didn't watch Cape Fear.
Neo-Western.
Cape Fear's a classic, dude.
Fear.
You guys, have you seen Cape Fear?
Well, yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
earlier. Yeah, we were talking about. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Yeah,
Children of Men.
yeah. So,
It's fucked.
yeah, I don't want to put myself through that all the time. You know.
Yeah,
I
that's
love it.
that's how I feel
I do
about
too.
Hereditary.
I don't know why. It's like it.
Oh yeah, let's bring up Hereditary because everybody's got a fucking take
Oh my
on this
god,
movie.
it's not as good as everyone says it was. It wasn't as like I was so built up for this fucking thing. Oh, it's so graphic and it's haunting and it's so hard to watch. I'll never watch it again. I won't put myself
Yeah,
through
people
it.
do.
I watched it and I was
Overhype.
like, really? Is this?
I thought it
is
was
this what
really good.
I just don't think it was deserving of like all that that reaction.
The reaction
I think it was
intense.
good. I think
People
it
are
was
hype
written
beasts.
well.
People are weirdos. You seem to disagree. What do you
will-
think?
I don't really have an opinion on. Like,
I will say this: the first time I saw it was in theaters, and it's
And I think that's where you need
a
to watch it.
way better experience in theaters. Like the sounds in that movie, you can only watch it on a TV so loud before it starts getting distorted. When you have those big theater speakers, I mean, spoilers ahead. We've all seen it, right?
Well,
We all at least.
I haven't
know
watched.
You won't
I-
watch it.
Yeah, I've video essays.
he probably is actually weirdly more in
Could be
tune with the
some-
details than any of us are from the
Yeah,
fucking video
most
No, like,
essays.
it's just I really fucking it just gives me the creepy crawlies. Like the whole idea of it, like the whole idea that they're trying to. No, I mean, let's go off the best fucking scenes from that movie. When she gets decapitated on that fucking light pole, fucking
Awesome.
scared the piss out of
Yeah,
me.
that was great.
Then they
that-
show her fucking head getting eaten
That was
by
the peak
ants.
of the movie for me. I'm not even gonna lie.
And the way they filmed it was just absolutely insane. They did
Oh,
this
the
cool
panic
tire
leading
shot.
up to it is what, and then it just like
Yeah.
the sound like,
and
Yeah,
then his
Chris.
reaction, it was exactly what I would imagine. That
Yeah.
and then you just
Just
see her
shocked,
headless body in the
frozen.
back seat, and that's another great thing about the
he would
movie.
not look.
Another great thing about the movie is they show things, but they make it so dark you can barely see any details of the person, and that to me is more terrifying.
Yeah, let your imagination kind of run wild with it.
You know, like
I
that's,
think they showed a little too much. Like I guess like the knowing that the person's there and you're trying to put yourself in the shoes of the main character that's just completely oblivious. The teenage boy, like for the whole rest of the movie, he's just has to be in like constant fucking fear because us as the audience can see what's happening.
and guilt too. Mm-hmm. And then the mom goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, she's a great actress. I don't really know what else she's in, but
Everything.
Is she?
She's in Knives Out. That's what I
Yeah.
know her from.
She's in the Fright Night remake.
I really liked her a lot. I thought she was like badass and crazy and
No,
just, like, really on it.
she's a great actress. She's one of those like she. So that everybody keeps saying she should have been nominated for that movie. Does everybody agree or not?
I thought she was awesome.
I think the son's performance was bad.
Yeah.
He was great too. Yeah.
The son.
The Naked Brothers Band boy.
Yeah, the guy's awesome. I love
Wait,
his
he's
ass.
from the Naked Brothers band?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up! Wow, I wish
Worst
you didn't tell me
show, The worst kid show I've ever seen.
And
Yeah.
he fucking blew it out of the water. He was so good in that movie.
that. Yeah, he was great.
I don't necessarily think. I don't even think his performance should have been nominated necessarily. I think it was.
yeah.
I think they were both really good. I don't think it was like a
I
nominee
don't think
acting movie.
their acting was so crazy good that they deserved that. Like,
Maybe-
I think they did a really good job. I
think just horror in general is. Sorry, pardon me. Is kind of like just looked up. You know, there's great fucking performances. Like Babadook was one that everybody brought up. Like the mom's
Yeah, I
performance.
hated it at first.
Yeah.
And I watched
Oh,
it
yeah.
again. I just
The
hated
mom's
movie.
performance in that movie gets brought up as one that was like, you know, Oscar worthy, but like, because it just sucks that actors, you know, literally have to go to like the darkest places in horror, but it's just kind of a looked over genre because
Yeah, it takes a lot to kind of like conjure up those really intensely emotional things.
Yeah, and it's just
I
this
agree, it's definitely
overlooked
looked
genre,
over.
which is bullshit. Like, cause like there's some Flanagan stuff that you know probably deserves some Oscars. Like, there's. Yeah, or Gerald's Game is like such
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
movie.
agree.
Where like everybody always brings up Silence of the Lambs because like that was the first Oscar-winning horror film. It's not a horror film. It's like a
Yeah, it's not. It's like a psychological
It's a David
thriller,
Fincher
sort
film.
of.
Yeah.
David Fincher.
yeah, like you wouldn't call Seven a horror film.
No,
I'd call that more of a horror film than I would Silence
I
of the
would
Lambs,
also
honestly.
call it more of a horror film, but it's still
It's still not a horror
I
film.
consider that a
Horrors are
crime
just-
thriller.
Yeah, it's like Zodiac.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Best horrors are just thrillers in disguises. We talked about this fucking
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
When a horror movie starts to get too good, it's like,
You're like, oh, this is a
Is this
thriller.
a thriller?
Yeah.
Except for like Flanagan, that guy somehow is still keeping in genre themes. Like everything is so genre oriented, and you're like, yeah, this is a horror movie through and through. But at the end of the day, it's a character drama, a character study. Like that's why Gerald's Game blew my fucking mind.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was dark.
So good, man.
I watched, God, like a long time ago, watched like the first part of it. It was really a bit graphic for me. Turned it off, didn't watch it again, wrote it off as like, I was like, that was just gory for no reason. And you were telling me like, no, like it's really, really actually a good movie. And I was like, all right, I'm going to rewatch it, like power through, because he was going on about it for like a while, how good it was. And no, it was really fucking good. It was really good, and it wasn't unnecessarily gory for no reason. It was definitely, I don't know, like you were saying, a character study for sure. Like the guy popped the fuck off. It was a cool movie.
Dude, watching her deglove her hand
That's so
So cool.
is fucking
That's where I
horrifying.
cut it the first time. I was like, bye.
I
have
legit
such an
was
affinity for seeing
driving.
good special effects in movies like that. Like how that was practical and it looked so good. Like watching that movie with people were like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, please,
it
I want
makes
to see
my
more of
wrist
that." It's so
literally
good,
hurt.
bro.
Ugh.
I love shit like that.
See, I feel like if there had been more than one scene of that, it would have muddied the scene.
Oh, 100%.
Agreed.
That's all it needed to be. That's why it was so detailed and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
executed
They
perfectly.
built
It was really good.
entire movie up for that scene. Like that's the best scene by far. And then I mean,
It's not
there's
like she
one
looks
really
like
good
8
jump
foot tall.
scare in that movie where she's in the dream and then she fucking looks down. It's the fucking Moonlight Man or whatever, licking her fucking toes, going Connor
Yeah.
crazy on him.
Going Connor crazy.
Look, man, I
And
just
then it's
can't
actually
get
just the
out them
fucking
toes.
dog. Dude, that shit fucking scared the fuck out of me the first time. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good one.
It's not really a jump scare movie. It's more of like a
None of those are, but he's able to get you with one or two of them because they feel deserved. Like you're like, okay,
Yeah.
he worked for this jump scare to like work perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
they're few and far between.
Doctor Sleep alone, like
Okay, I heard
So
still need to
good.
watch that. Be careful.
Yeah, let's
all right, well let's
Oh,
not
yeah, let's
talk
not even talk
spoilers, but
about
like
that.
it somehow makes the first one better.
Yeah, it just enhances everything. And I feel like The Shining, like, yeah, obviously it's not really a franchise, but I guess Doctor Sleep sort of pulled it together. But either way, The Shining, I feel like, was like groundbreaking for a lot more horror movies. Like a lot of stuff pulled inspiration from the whole like descent to insanity, and of course that was before The Shining, but I feel like that was like a really good depiction of the descent to insanity and like really I don't
There's
know.
genre defining is the word you're thinking.
Thank you, genre defining. Yeah, like it led a lot of other stuff that came and continues to come where people just lose their shit. I feel like even Oculus sort of pulled from it a little in the sense of the dad losing his mind and like spirals out of control,
Yeah.
sort of like
Well,
linear. to
Flanagan-
You can
Shining.
even see people pull from it in like other genres. Like we said, Dog Pound. Like the main character in that movie, it fucking gives me like just like
Oh yeah, that weird
his
just
fucking
dead
like
eye.
you just
Yeah.
understand what's
Just-
happening in his head purely by like the way he looks, and you can just get that feeling like, oh god.
Like it's like this kid's on the verge of literally snapping and like literally tearing the guy's ear off again.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that for sure.
What were we on before that?
Anthologies.
Oh God, yeah, anthologies.
We're that far from it. All
Dude,
right.
fuck it. This
Circling
has
back
been better
around.
just talking about it. I mean, VHS. Like, what do you want to?
Let's
Okay.
discuss how gross it was.
Because
Which
I'm gonna
one?
be honest,
There's
I
three
like
of
those
them.
movies because I
I've only
like
seen
a
the
good
first
short
two.
film.
Okay, I feel like they get better as they go on. The first one kind of rough. Second one's cool. Third one's
VHS.
cool. Yeah.
They're pretty scary.
They're scary for sure. I feel like the first one. Have you seen them? It's basically like
Videos.
mini stories between like there's a whole one long story. Usually people finding these VHS tapes,
Follow
and then
them and
I watched the
and
first
they're
one with you,
recording.
I think.
yeah, we started it, so you get the gist.
They're
That's
recording
the gist.
themselves watching these recordings.
Yeah. They're like really meta, and so I don't know. I really like all the short stories, like especially that one about the siren. That actually got its own movie in VHS 1. You know, that hot girl in the bar that goes crazy and rips that guy's chest open?
Yeah.
Yeah, she got her own movie, and it's Siren. It's actually pretty good for a horror
The one
movie.
where the guy gets the cybernetic eye.
That's what we were watching, remember?
That one's fucking awesome. And, like, the main character in that one is, fuck. Okay, I'm not gonna guess his name, and I'm not gonna dedicate any more time to that, but it's fucking super cool. It gets a cybernetic eye, and fucking he's able to start seeing into, like, the ghost realm. So
Yeah,
it's like that
lifts
movie,
the veil.
The Eye, or whatever it's called, but
Okay, but
it's like done differently.
It's cool.
It's They Live.
here's the real question: is which is better, VHS or ABCs of Death?
VHS.
I haven't seen that.
ABCs. Of
What
Death.
is that? Kind of same
ABC's,
vibe?
yeah, it's the same
It's
thing. So
more
ABC's
organized VHS.
I
Okay.
disagree entirely. No, it's fucking. They're all short films, but the ABCs of Death, it's like this director got the letter A, so he has to pick a word that begins with A and make a short film about it.
That's dope.
It is dope. There are some really good ones in it. There are, I feel like, a lot more shitty ones, and then there are some just flat out retarded ones, like the fucking there's like 3 of them about like shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
That's
is-
too many. That's 3 too many.
A lot of it is very interesting because most of them I felt like went with horror, and then some of them just went with straight up like there's so many I could go into graphic detail about. It's like I consider them better than VHS. Like I think it's a better movie, and it's more organized. Like it literally tells you in the beginning. Well, it doesn't really tell you like in the movie, but you know going in like they got I think what's it 24, 25 letters in the alphabet.
26.
I don't remember. It's something in the 30s.
Yeah, I think it's 26. Or 23.
Like there's 26 different directors, and they each get a letter of the alphabet and make short film. You know that going in, and so it just becomes a lot easier to follow, and it's so interesting because
I feel like Mr. Gigi did a review on that, I believe.
Yeah, he just did them all out of order.
Yeah, and because he did the ones he liked and stuff
He
too.
did every single one. He just did them all out of order. He had a random generator to give him a random letter, so he didn't do A, B, C, D, and so on.
So, what do you think, like, as it stands, like, not overall, that's way too big of a question, but right now, favorite horror/thriller, like, personal favorite for you guys at the moment?
as in like all time or are we
Yeah,
talking
that's a good
franchise?
question.
Just I mean, franchise or standalone, just at the moment.
It's at the moment because
what are you hyped
Exorcist
on?
is one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
of all time, right? But that's not my favorite horror movie right now.
Yeah, just at the
Yeah.
moment.
Or
what
like
has your
at the
attention?
moment, maybe for me, it's that movie Just Before Dawn. I was telling you about this slasher movie. It was shot here in Oregon.
Oh, you were telling me about
Yeah,
that.
by the waterfalls.
The waterfall.
Yeah. So it's shot here, and it's just got these inventive ass scares, and actually build the scare sequences really well. And it's like you watch that, and you're like, shit, Friday the 13th sucks so bad because like this is an actual well put together scary movie. Maybe that's my answer right now.
Just Before Dawn?
Yeah, tentatively Just Before Dawn
All right.
for the moment. I might jump back in with like American Werewolf in London just because I'm kind of re-exploring that movie again right now.
I feel like I haven't fucking watched enough of it. Like I haven't watched enough recently. Like, I don't know why. This whole month I've barely watched like any horror stuff. Mm-hmm. And like we just watched Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. I do really like all 3 of those movies. In fact, I like 2 a lot more. Like now watching it, I thought it was really cool.
Of course you do.
And Nightmare on Elm Street has always been one of my favorites. It's still like my favorite franchise just because I'm so like attached to it like nostalgically, and Halloween supersedes it because it's just better movies. But fuck, I don't know, that's such a hard question because I love shit like 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts is fucking awesome.
It's 13 Ghosts.
Fucking need to watch 13 Ghosts for like fucking 2 weeks.
I know, it just sounds so goofy.
Yeah, we went through
It's so
Slasher.
good,
We didn't
though,
even
man.
talk about Scream at all.
No, yeah.
Scream, I mean,
Right over our
But the
heads.
first one's the
That's
only
all
one.
you need.
Yeah, you only need the first one.
Yeah, agreed.
and you can appreciate the second if you really want to, and then third is pretty
Third's
good.
fine. Fourth one's fine. They're fine.
They're
They're
whatever.
fine. They're all fine.
Because I love Scream. Scream is another one of my personal favorites.
We also...
It's the perfect movie to watch with a chick if she comes over.
We really need to get into alien, like sci-fi horror. Because that's definitely a genre.
Well, Alien, you can put in horror. Alien 3 can go in horror, but Aliens cannot go in horror.
No,
that's an action movie.
Yeah. I think it has some horror kind of... like it has horror inspiration.
Yeah, there's horror in those movies, but overall they're not horror films.
I mean, I consider...
The first Alien is a horror film, yes.
Yeah, I consider that to be among the greatest, not even in horror, just among the greatest movies of all time. I mean, when you put, who was it? It was James Cameron, Ridley Scott, and David Fincher, all directed that movie.
The 1 through 3, yeah.
Like...
Oh, damn. So they had big names on each one. That's sick.
Well, David Fincher wasn't anybody or Alien 3, but there's an assembly cut of Alien 3 you guys need to watch, because it's actually my favorite of Alien 1 through 3, I think, is Alien 3, which is so weird to say out loud.
I can see that.
But yeah, so is it Alien for you, or Alien?
Oh yeah, that's your fave. Alien.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it Alien?
Yeah, like Alien goes in my top 10 movies of all time.
Well, yeah. Well, so Exorcist is one of my favorite movies, it's one of my favorite horror films, but it's right now.
Is it your current and always?
Like the movie you were just intrigued with as a horror film right now.
Let's see. Probably not Alien then, because like that goes like up there, but like this, I'm not excited for Alien right now.
Yeah. Like, what are you hyped about?
Let's see. Actually, it was probably a Flanagan. What was the one with the deaf woman? That
Hush.
Hush really got to me. That was. I mean, I love Mike Flanagan's work, but like that one was the first time, because I've seen Gerald's Game and Oculus a few times. Like, but that I just recently, like, I can't remember when we watched it, but I just watched that one recently, and that one fucked me up. Like, that one's fucking scary. Like, just in terms of, like, I now have like some real fears. Like, back when we were living in Maryland, I didn't really have fears because it still just felt like we were living on the base. We're so close to the base. Like, there's so many people we know so close.
Really
a sense
safe.
of security.
Yeah, like, but now that we're out here and there's a lot of fucking, like, we live right next to Portland. There's a ton of, like, homeless people. It's kind of dirty. It's kind of sketchy. A lot of riots go on here. You know, there's a lot of, like, left and right wing extremists in this state. Like,
this general vicinity.
Like, it's fucking. I now have a pretty legitimate fear about home break-ins. Like, I fucking lock the door every goddamn time.
That's kind of what you were saying. Like, with Flanagan stuff, it's not just like a little silly scare. It's like terrorizes you and lets your mind just kind of be like.
He sticks to a concept and then he just fucking executes.
He executes a concept better than any director. Where something like Shocker we watched the other night, Wes Craven just failed completely at it.
Stop making Scream. You cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I made Freddy go into the TV and he said a meta thing. I can do that with all of the movies now.
Yeah, it's
just went off the fucking rails. Shocker was fucking terrible. You have no idea.
Yeah,
it was fun because we were just bros hanging out shitting on this movie, but it made me upset. I was like, fucking Peter Berg.
Dude, no, yeah. That movie hurts me inside. Like, I've been really sad. Like, I was really so hyped up for that. I was like, Wes Craven, Peter Berg starring, sick soundtrack. Like, it's gonna be a great movie.
I was like, Wes Craven was executed on two things, and that is Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street. And I hope that he's able to.
No, Nightmare on Elm Street 7.
Yeah, and 7. I hope he's able to execute on this one. And he did the exact opposite.
He did what he does on most of his movies, which most of them suck.
Fucking doesn't try. The movie sucked. Fucking killer had no stage presence. He was just a fucking guy in a big orange suit with checkerboards across his chest, a fucking stupid serrated knife. I got a limp too.
I think we have to actually go a little longer. Yeah, because we have to make up for your Serbian film thing.
You said give him a quick run through.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
I didn't, yeah.
Man fuck baby.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. Just be like,
Yeah, be like, it's real gross. Guy does this, guy does that.
guy
Okay.
fucks a baby, fucks his kid, his brother fucks his
You
wife.
need a context.
No, we didn't need all the.
God, you could've said those
you
words
took
out.
10 minutes. You
I
explained
did
the
not
whole
take
film.
10 minutes, run it back. I guarantee it was under 4. I guarantee it was under 4.
It felt like
It felt like a
hour.
decade.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when you talked about a movie you didn't know the name of.
Yeah,
No,
that
his
was-
movie, I was intrigued. I was picturing it all, and I was like, "Wow, that's gonna look so scary." And then
But you can't watch it.
and then you're
I have
explaining
no idea what it's called.
You're explaining Serbian film, and I'm picturing all that. Wow, I don't want to look at that.
And you didn't say, "Wow, what a storyteller this man is. He's able to sell me on this movie."
So is Jelly.
Look, I made you guys feel bad. I gave off what the director was supposed to
You're
make
right.
happen. Where's my contract?
Sponsor us.
I'm gonna write a better Serbian film, a Portland film. Connor Mini Joint.
Oh my.
Well, yeah, since you guys are all begging me to answer, I'll tell you my
Yeah,
favorite.
Oh my goodness, Caity. Yes. What?
Sorry, when did you get here?
Fuck is
What
that?
is this up as?
I already told you I'm the fucking mom from
called
ET.
The background character, SLC Punk.
The movie is called Veronica.
Okay.
Nice.
If you ever want to watch it, I'll watch it with you.
Is that the one that came?
2017. It's called Veronica.
That was the one you gave the big
I think I-
synopsis for.
I don't think I
Veronica,
didn't see
you heard it
but
here.
I heard it was good.
It's a really popular movie, like internationally.
All right, Caity.
Oh yeah, all right. So
I'm clamoring. Tell me. You gotta tell me.
I know. Don't worry, you guys.
Thank God I
Best
have
for
my wrist
last.
sweatpants
Thank
on.
God.
Been sweating all that.
Yeah, so I know it's not like traditional horror, or like thriller, or yeah, it's more like psychological thriller. I really like Midsummer, and even though it's not like the big gory crazy movie, I think it's really really up there in like the level of like psychological demented behavior that goes on. And I think I know Hereditary and Midsummer like obviously go hand in hand, same dude did them, and I feel like Midsummer tops Hereditary on just like a psychologically disturbing level, and how it's filmed for sure.
I only got through about half of that movie before something came up, but fucking I got to the point to where they were on the top of the cliff. I was like, and I saw what happened
Yeah.
obviously, but I was like, this is a good movie. I like this. I like the world they're building. They're
it
making
gets
me
crazy.
feel creeped out in this plastic bright world. It's like what they tried to do in that
Vivarium.
Vivarium.
Yep.
Thank you. It's what they tried to do in Vivarium.
Literally.
It did not work. in
Yeah,
that
it
movie.
didn't work
It
the way
worked
it
for
worked in
about 15
Midsummer.
minutes, and then I was just over it.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree. Yeah.
Fucking Cat in the Hat ass world in Vivarium. Go watch that movie, man. It was
Oh,
way-
Edward Scissorhands ass shit.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well,
It is
no,
exactly
but
the
at least in
vibe.
Edward Scissorhands, all the houses were at least different colors.
Okay, can we? I know we kind of skipped over and we got on the painted, but can we go back to sci-fi horror, please? Or like space horror, as I like to call
Yeah,
it.
wrap it
We
up
got
with space horror.
what? Alien Event Horizon. Alien wins. It's Alien.
What? Well, I mean, yeah, but we should at least mention honorables, man. Come on.
What is it? What's your honorable mention?
Come on.
I'm not versed in it. So
Yeah, I don't really know anything
It's
about
a
it.
vid-
Let's see. Apollo 17.
No, 18 in that
Is it
movie.
18?
That movie's shit.
Immediate
You
argue.
get the fuck. That movie is amazing.
That movie is not amazing. What happens? Tell me. Like, two guys walk around and go, "Whoa, we're not alone on the moon," and then at the end, one gets in a little rock crawls around his helmet.
You just skipped over all the tension scenes.
The
bro.
whole movie is just. I don't think we're alone on the moon, and then at the end, a rock gets in his helmet.
That's not. If you're watching
You're a
this,
circus rat.
There's not a plot. It's too.
Let me talk. Let me explain myself up. Why don't you let me finish? Listen, that is not what Apollo 18 is. Okay, listen. It's a deep psychological movie, right? They get up on the moon, right? So the whole idea is like they launched another thing to the moon, right? And that they didn't even go on because it went so wrong. And so basically their idea was they're going to investigate the dark side of the moon with these two guys, right? So they get there, everything's going fine, but then yes, they start getting the feeling like, hey, we aren't alone up here, right? But there's nothing there. But in reality what it is there's life on the moon, in the dark side of the moon, but it's hidden because they're all microorganisms. And what happens is they start getting sick. and they start becoming demented, and they start getting paranoia.
They become paranormal.
I meant to say Pandora. They start getting Pandora, which is another movie.
That's worth mentioning, definitely.
They start getting that, and they start turning against each other. These microorganisms, and then near the very end of the movie, they go into this deep crater to like try and get samples, and you see shit start moving. Like it's not just microorganisms. There's whole like living things that just hide so well in this because no one can really explore the moon. It's really good. I recommend it.
At the end of the day, you just explained that way better than the movie looks, because the movie is shot on what's supposed to be 8mm NASA cameras on dudes, because this is 1985.
It's a found footage movie.
Okay, so it's a found movie.
So below, but on the dark side.
And it looks like shit. And at the end of the day, it's shot like shit, so it comes off as boring and it's uninteresting, and I don't think we're alone. You found intrigue and all that, and I'm glad you like it, buddy. I'm glad you like it. But while you was explaining that, I was like, "Well, what's that other found footage movie that's really similar?" And there's several to that.
The Bay.
Yeah, the Bay is a great that.
The Bay is
Great
literally
Thunder Bay.
The Bay is actually really scary.
The Bay is a very scary movie.
Pandorum, you were saying. I think
Pandorum is up on the list.
That's definitely worth mentioning. Event Horizon. Have you seen Event Horizon with Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, and the guy from Jurassic Park. Yeah,
that's a good one.
What else?
Never been a big
Life.
sci-fi guy.
I really liked.
Oh,
Life.
you like Life?
It's not really too scary, but it's more of a space survival movie.
Splice or Species? You see either of those?
I've seen Splice.
Species
I
is
don't really
shit.
consider that a space movie.
No, because they're in like the lab, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's just very similar to Species, and Species is kind of like a space movie at some points.
And I'll say this: it's not a horror, but I think Gravity is a terrifying movie.
Yeah.
Gravity is like
with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a great movie.
And George Clooney's.
That's a really good movie.
The Clunes.
It is. It makes me feel suffocating and scared and blasted out of the atmosphere.
Suffocating.
Yeah. Suffocating. Oh,
yeah, it's your name now.
I want to bring up another
I'm
honorable
dying.
mention. So, you're gonna shit on me for this. There's those stupid sci-fi original movies like Sabretooth or
Yeah.
There's this fucking sci-fi original movie called Red Planet. And
The cover is like the guy looking down, and like there's the dudes walking on Mars surface or whatever.
yeah, and then their fucking robot dog goes fucking crazy and starts killing them off.
Screamers with Peter Weller from RoboCop is you probably like that.
Oh man, there's a few.
It's everyone's favorite creature feature.
Oh, The Thing falls into a creature feature?
I would say the Blob does too.
Or is The Thing cosmic horror? Oh yeah, so yeah, The Thing is The Thing. That has the best creature, but The Blob is a lot more fun. I watch The Blob far more often. But then again, Tremors. It's Tremors, bro.
Do you guys feel like Jeepers Creepers could fall into creatures?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
Because I feel like that and
Yeah,
Creature
because
from
he's
the Black
a monster. He's not a serial
Yeah.
killer. I wouldn't consider him like...
He's just like a weird monster boy. Yeah.
I love Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers and Creature from the Black Lagoon are like two tied for me. I know they're like obviously really different times, but I really like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Hands down, it's Alien. There's no scarier
Yeah, it's
monster
a
in
xenomorph.
movies than Alien.
No, it's your creature feature, not your favorite creature.
Yeah.
The movie you...
I mean,
Alien is his
kind
answer
of a
for
creature
everything.
feature.
Yeah, but Alien just wins for you then. I'm saying like
Alien
Tremors.
trumps all.
Tremors is my favorite creature feature.
Gremlins more of
Yeah.
a Christmas movie. but
Tremors is
Gremlins.
fun.
Oh,
fucking-
Gremlins, yeah, that's a
Gremlins
classic.
is like,
Classic.
if not my number one, right up there for my favorite creature feature. I fucking love.
Well,
Gremlins.
that's your... the Gremlins type movies that's its own subgenre.
They're like 3 of those.
No,
Like,
there's like 12, but
No,
they're all terrible. There's
yeah,
only
well,
3 to talk about.
exactly. So who cares? So let's. I'm gonna include Gremlins in the other ones.
I feel like Gremlins counts. Gremlins
They
counts.
give so much personality.
Critters are cooler.
Critters
I would
not
s-
cooler.
I would
Gremlins.
say it is, but it's not a horror movie. Like
It is a little.
Scary.
They blow that thing up in the microwave like a hamster, and then like
That seems awesome.
Yeah, that
I
was
watched that movie when I
crazy.
was a kid, and I laughed.
Yeah, because it's awesome and funny,
Yeah,
but like it can
but
still
it's
be
still
a
a little
horror.
scary.
It is still a horror, but
Yeah, that's like
Christmas gone
Poltergeist.
wrong.
it's like we were talking about like we were watching fucking Friday Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and we were like, dude, people sat in the theaters during this movie and fucking screamed at this shit. Like there was 1 or 2 people that like sat there in the theaters and was terrified of this.
Oh yeah.
Because like that's what came out.
Yeah,
around then.
that was the
So
big
but
scary.
looking back at it, you're like, oh, it's still a good movie, and they're still doing cool stuff.
Jaws is considered the scariest movie of all time by most people, I would say.
Exorcist is widely.
I wasn't necessarily
Exorcist.
scared in The Exorcist. However, I understand it's a horror movie, and it
A lot of
invites
people also
terror.
say The Shining is as well.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
debate. I would also bring up Alien.
I'm sure you would.
I'm sure you would, Jelly.
Alien is a good movie, guys.
Stop
I'm
hitting
like,
the table,
No
Jelly.
one's disagreeing with you, except I haven't seen it. So
yeah,
I'm
no
being
one's
dead
yet to
silent.
rebuttal that.
No, I
We're
fucking.
letting you have it. Look at him, he's
It's like you're not
damn
giving
right.
enough.
I love
attention to
Alien.
You're seeking more of it.
Yeah,
Look at him, he's like this.
Alien is a
exactly what I
respected
wanted.
movie. Okay.
I like to hear it. Alien.
Say it,
Alien.
say it.
Connor hasn't said Alien this entire
If I
time.
don't hear it at least 3 more times, I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
All right, Alien needs to be respected and brought up. Okay, yeah, cool. There's more interesting things on my mind right now.
All right, one off shitty banger, something you watched on like AMC or FX, like on TV, and there was commercials and shit. What's your favorite horror movie that came on there?
It Waits. I saw it on Sci-Fi Channel. It was called It Waits, about a demon in a cave, and it's kind of cool. A chicken of fire watch station out here in Oregon.
What is this?
Or
Stop waiting to
somewhere.
interrupt us.
Go.
House of Wax.
Yeah!
House of Wax.
Yeah, interrupt him. Cut him off. House of Wax.
House of Wax is fucking awesome.
House of Wax is a goddamn American classic, dude. Bo and Vince, don't get me started. That's a whole nother episode. I won't even start on Bo and Vince.
What the fuck are you talking about, you psycho?
Talking about the brothers.
Wax. The Wax Brothers with the spoon.
We're talking about
Brothers with the spoon.
What the hell are you talking about, you
Oh yeah, secret tri brother.
Jelly? Go.
it's a tie between Centipede and Sabretooth.
Sabretooth, come on.
I love both those movies. That movie scared the shit out of me when I was a
Oh,
kid.
Mosquito. Remember I showed you
You
Mosquito?
did not show me Mosquito.
I showed you Mosquito. I showed one of you motherfuckers Mosquito.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
No, demons. I had to find demons. That was one I had to look a search out for.
I'm fucking.
There's still
13
so
ghosts,
many
bro.
honorable horror movies that I've seen that, like, we haven't even brought up Splinter, which is a personal favorite of mine.
Never seen it.
No?
No.
Allow me to explain.
Go explain it, Jelly. Go ahead.
I can
Splinter-
talk for at least 15 minutes about this.
Splinter is easy. Couple gets trapped at a gas station when this, I guess, organism, which basically takes over people's bodies and it basically gets inside their system and makes them sprout out splinters out of their fucking skin. And it's really fucking gruesome. And basically, this thing, Splinter, is trying to, like, just hug people and pass itself on. And so they're barricading, they're in the middle of nowhere. You know how we were driving through North Dakota, then we had to stop at that shitty gas station? Imagine if that guy we met there had a fucking organism and he was trying to give us hugs and we had to barricade ourselves in there.
I do.
There's
remember
no
that
cell
happening.
signal, so they can't call anyone. Their car is outside. There's no one else in there. So they're basically trying to come up with this plan. And there's a really gruesome scene where the guy gets caught. Like, he grabs his hand and he gets the organism on him. And he has to fucking chop his arm off to prevent it from spreading. It's a really good movie.
Sounds intense. Splinter.
I wish you would stop telling me all the stuff that's happening in these movies. I'd like to watch these with you. Talk about these
No
movies
need.
in such great detail, but I'd like to watch them
Well,
with you.
half the thing is watching it happen. Like, I could tell you. and
I don't
just-
want you to do that.
Well, let's wrap it up there. Then,
All right,
'cause
so we
we're
got
at-
our favorite.
Yeah. Besides the 10 minutes I have to cut out.
Yeah, that little
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask
say
what's the scariest scene you've ever seen from any movie?
I know you were gonna stop, but let me enter this new prompt.
Yeah, no, we're not doing the prompts.
Oh, come on. This is a
I have-
All right, go ahead, go.
All right, hit
Hold
your
on, give me a
prompts.
second to think.
You said you had yours.
Oh my god, I'll go right ahead. I remember being 8 years old, like the scene that opened my eyes or scared me for the first time was the thing when the dog's head split open, and then the whole transformation. I was more like dumbfounded, but like just seeing that level of violence, like
Did it scare you?
at such a young age. No, I mean it was scared, but at the same time it was very exciting. Or Day of the Dead, there were some scenes in that, and I'd turn off the porch lights every night at midnight so the zombies wouldn't find my house.
I think this scene in like any movie that's probably like stuck with me the most is in fucking Red State. Whenever the kid is in the cage and they're dragging him to what's that actor's name? I can't think of his name right now.
Oh,
the guy giving the sermon.
Michael. Yeah, I know you're talking. Michael Parks.
Yeah, Michael Parks. They're dragging him into the church with Michael Parks, and you just hear this ominous, like these hymns being sung, and it's this low angle shot of this kid who's tied up and bound in a cage with a blanket over it, like a fucking dog, just being rolled, and he's just like, "Come on, guys, let me go." Boom, 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 and it's just fucking haunting. It made me sick. Every time I see it, like that's the kind of shit that scares me because it gets my head. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care about it's the lack of anything being shown that's so scary. It's the fact that this guy just doesn't fucking know what's going on, and he was able to portray that so well. And Kevin Smith wrote that. What? Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
What is it, Katie? Do you have one?
Yeah, okay, well, like, I haven't seen a scene that really scared me in a while, but I remember when I was young seeing the movie The Entity. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Basically, this ghost, like, rapes this woman who he's haunting, and he's, like, this crazy succubus demon, and that scene was really fucking weird and crazy as a kid. I was like, dude, ghosts could just, like, rape you? So, that scared me. I was, like, 9 when I saw that. I was jarred, and yeah, that one was, like, first to come to mind. Ghost rape from Entity was really jarring.
So, is this... I feel like we're going back to childhood.
It's whatever, yeah, the scariest scene ever to you. Which childhood? It was like the one that scared you, had the biggest impact on your life, probably.
Biggest impact on my life?
You gotta wrap it up, bud.
Yeah.
I would probably say it was... no, I'm not gonna say that one.
From Alien.
It's from Alien.
When the guy is looking for his cat and he goes up into the fucking into the
Jonesy
into the vent and he turns on the light and he goes like that and the fucking alien there's this 7-foot black guy right there and he goes and it just cuts immediately and that scared the piss out of me when I was a kid.
So Alien, cool. All right, well, guys, it's been fun.
Fucking heck.
Wait, I do want to say, all right, people listening. Next episode, we're going to be talking, Minnie and I, about some sad guy movies, so let's tell them so we can watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys so you can watch. Okay.
Oh, the movies with this, so they can
yeah,
watch
so
it?
watch,
That's
yeah,
smart.
between this and the next one, so watch, if you want, SLC Punk, fucking... Dog Pound.
We're not going to talk about Eternal Sunshine. She wasn't able to
SLC Punk,
finish
Dog Pound, Requiem for a Dream, and Vivarium is what we talked about, right?
Yeah, we can talk about Vivarium. We'll just let the conversation dictate.
But those are the 4 we're for sure going to hit on if you guys want to, like, watch them and, like, listen to them.
Okay, well, all right. I'll just cut it off there then.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Coming to you from dreary Portland, Oregon.
What the fuck?
Shut up, lady. You fucking have me out here. Your hosts, Caity, Cassidy, and Aaron Bratcher have some hot takes on film, cinema, and the movies. That's all the same thing. It's the Ask Backwards podcast. You idiot. You moron. You should